Hello friends, once again I would like to welcome all of you to basptrainings.com. My name is Sumit and in this video I am going to demonstrate you how to set up Ubuntu Linux on a VirtualBox on Windows 7. The idea behind installing Ubuntu Linux on a VirtualBox is it will avoid the dual boot system or dual booting on our system. So let's begin the installation. So before installing Ubuntu Linux, first of all, we need to get the Ubuntu Linux server from a website. So that's the link from where we can download Ubuntu. So I visit this link ubuntu.com download and I download Ubuntu desktop. And once you download it, it's around 1.4 GB file. You need to download it and save at a specific location. And once it is done, let's begin the installation. So that's the file which I have downloaded. It's an ISO file and the size of this ISO file is around 1.40 GB. Once it is done, let's begin the installation. So for installing it, we need to download and install VirtualBox, either VirtualBox or we can install VM Player. So I have got both installed on my system, Oracle VM or VM Player. So I'm going to set it up on VM Player. So click on create a new virtual machine. Select installer disk image ISO file. So I browse and Ubuntu Linux. Select the ISO file. Open. Next. It will ask for the Linux server name. So I'll give a name Linux server. Username would be in small letters. So I provide a name, username, and I set the password to be logged in into Linux server. Click on next. Virtual machine name is Ubuntu 64-bit and location, that's the location where would we like to store the copy of our VM. So I'm browsing it and I would like to set it up on my D drive. I look for D drive and there I have got a folder where I've got VM backup. So I create a new folder here, Linux, or I'll give a name Ubuntu Linux and OK. Choose the desired location. Click on next. The maximum disk size or the recommended size is 20 GB, but I'm just increasing the size just in case because in later on I'm going to set up more tools which we're requiring for working on DevOps applications. So that's why I increase the space. I set it up to 25 GB. Click on next. We can click on customize hardware to customize the hardware. So there is one processor. I have got around 16 processors. I set 4 processor for this. Memory 1 GB. I increase it to 4 GB. I allocate 4 GB memory to this VM. And that's all. Display printer. If any other device you would like to configure, else I click on close and finish. And as soon as I click on finish, the installation starts begin and it will take some time to complete the installation. So let's have a look. So that's the ISO Linux 3.82 and Ubuntu Linux installation has been started up. Remind me later. It will take some time to install because it's an operating system, so it will take some time to set up the complete operating system. So it will install it as a super user. The super user, the username and password which we have configured, which we have provided earlier. So because it's an operating system, so it will take some time to install and configure Windows Linux on virtual machine. So please have patience, and first of all it will copy all the files, and then it will start installation. So as you can see here, the installation has been begin. So after the installation has been succeeded, it will ask, it will re-login, it will reset, reboot, and it will ask for Linux password. So I'm going to provide the password which we have set earlier. So after logged in successfully, we can get the Ubuntu desktop interface. So we need to do some customization because it looks very small. So I'm going to customize it, and I'm going to change the desktop background. So resolution need to be changed. So by going on to settings, right click, change desktop background, all settings, displays, and from here we can change the resolution. So I set the resolution to 1280 by 1024 and click on apply. So the resolution has been changed. So I keep this configuration. If you are okay with this configuration, you can keep it, else we can change it, we can reset it to the previous position. So finally we are done with the installation part of Linux, and you can see the Linux has been set up successfully on our system. On the left side you can see there are various options are coming. So where we have floppy disk, Amazon, and Ubuntu software. We have files. If we click on files, we can look at the files on our desktop, on our documents, and on home. What are the folders and libraries and packages which has been installed on our desktop. This is mainly for search. So there are various options. If you want to quit anything, if you want to remove any application from this dock, we can quit this, and we can remove it or unlock from the launch bar. So if, for example, if I want to remove it, I say unlock it from here, and we have a Firefox by default. So we can click on it and we can check the net connection is there or not. So I'll just simply go and check whether my internet is working or not on my Ubuntu application. So it's working perfectly fine. It means my Ubuntu has been set up and installed and configured successfully. So that's all in this video. If you have any queries, you can write to us on www.bisptrainings.com. You can subscribe our YouTube channel for more videos on installations. Keep watching. Have a nice day. Goodbye.